What's up, everybody? I'm Blair, and I'm a Next Phase trainer. Thank you so much for joining me for this workout. We're in our grit phase this week, so we're focusing on power and hypertrophy, also known as toning. So in our power circuit, we're going to be doing exercises for 30 seconds, 3 times, and then in our hypertrophy circuit, we'll be doing them for 45 seconds, 2 times. Power moves, explosive. Hypertrophy, really focusing on control so that we can tone those muscles and flex that work that we've been doing. All right, let's get started. So in our power circuit, we've got 3 stations. First station, plank jacks with a reach, and then right into a full burpee. Your plank jack. When we come down to our full plank, here's your jack. Hips leveled, adding that reach, alternating the arm that you reach with. Modification. You can step out. If you want the reach with the step, alternate the arm with the leg. So opposite arm with the leg that's stepping out. Boom, boom. Nice. Right into that full burpee. All the way down. Explode. Modification. Stepping back, still all the way down, stepping up, calf raise or jump. In that calf raise, squeeze those glutes and also squeeze in the calves. All right, next station, squat jump to a monster walk, alternating that with sit-throughs. Your squat jump, you're gonna sit in your heels in that invisible chair. So your hips go back first, chest stays up. Exploding. You want to come back down into your squat to absorb that force. And now we monster walk. Right. And squat jump, walking back. And we continue. Your sit through. I'm going to show you a bear from the side first because that's our home position in the sit through. You're in a tabletop. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. You're going to lift them a little bit off the ground, and you're ready to go. So, that's where we are. You bring one leg through, come back to the center, alternate to the other side. Once you figure out your pace, you can pick it up. All right, next station. Alternating step, knee drive, to a hand release push-up. We're going to start here. You're going to step with one foot. You're going to push through your heel to get that force. Core is engaged. Knee drive. And bring it back down. Alternate to the other side. Really explode. Modification. Bring that knee up. Bring that knee up. And you're alternating with the hand release push-up. Back to our full plank. You're coming all the way down. Release those hands really quick. Push it back up. You want that core tight, so you're coming up as one unit as opposed to snaking your way up, right? So down, release, bring it up. All right, that's our power phase. Whoa. Power circuit. And our hypertrophy circuit. We're doing a straight leg crunch to a hip raise with a reverse tabletop march. That's our first station. So you're going to lay it down, bringing those legs up. Our straight leg crunch is reaching for your toes. And then the hip raise is a reverse crunch. So we reach and reverse. Reach, reverse. And we're alternating that with a reverse tabletop march. So your heels and your hands are pushing down into the floor. And your hips are reaching for the sky. You're squeezing. You bring one leg up. Bring the other leg up. Take your time. Focus on your form. Check in on your spine. Are your glutes engaged? Then you go right back down to those crunches. Next station, bear crawl step outs and a pulse lunge to a knee raise. So we're going back to that bear that we learned earlier, lifting those knees, but now we're staying right here and we're just stepping those toes out. You're gonna hold this and just keep stepping. And you're alternating that with your pulse lunge to a knee raise. So with your lunge, you want to take a nice big step back. You're dropping that knee to the floor. We've got 2 90-degree angles going on here. Knee not going over your toe. At the top, we're squeezing the glutes. So when we step back, we're going to pulse it 3, 2, 1, knee raise. 3, 2, 1, knee raise. Progression, explode. I know we're in hypertrophy, but it doesn't hurt. We're doing one leg for that whole first 45 seconds, then you do the other leg for the other 45 seconds. And our next station, a rolling side plank to a sprinter sit-up. In your side plank, your elbow is directly under your shoulder. We're gonna come up here. Now, you can drop that knee if you need to, but I encourage you to hit the full plank first, then drop your knee to help you keep going. We're gonna reach up, rotate to reach through. Up, and rotate and reach through. And then we alternate that with the sprinter sit-up. So we're gonna lay all the way down. It's similar to a bicycle crunch, but you're coming all the way up to a sprinter position and going back down. Other side. Progression, both legs up. You wanna hold at the top for a couple of seconds. Try and keep those shoulders up. No rest in between. And there's our 2 circuits. Let's get right to it. We're gonna do our warm-up. We're gonna start with some shoulder rolls. Doesn't matter which direction. We're gonna be doing 20 seconds for each exercise. So then we're gonna roll the other direction. Yeah. Let's get some arm circles going. Nice and big. Open that chest. And other direction. So now we're going to rotate your hips. Making a nice circle. Waking those joints up. Other direction. Now we're going to give me some knee drives. Bringing those knees to your chest, keeping that chest up. Nice. Arms up, because now we're going to open the hips. We're going to alternate, resetting with a couple of steps, knee up and around. Nice. And then we're going to switch to a jump rope. We're up on the balls of our feet, landing softly. And now we're switching to butt kicks. Make sure that core is engaged. Now we're going to bend and reach. Bend, reach for the ceiling. You're rising up on those toes for each time you reach. Hinging at your hips. Now we're going to walk it down to a plank. I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to walk it down, walk it out to a plank. Hips nice and level. Walk it back up. Now we're going to add a push-up. Now we're doing these progressions with your plank during the 20 seconds. You'll give me one more with that push-up. Now when we walk it back down, you're going to give me shoulder taps. I'm actually going to rotate my plank to you. You're keeping your spine neutral, keeping those hips centered, trying not to roll to overcompensate, right? Right here. Then we walk it back up. And go back this way. Now we're walking it back down. Give me some knee drives. You know what's coming next. Mountain climbers, let's go. And now we're going to walk it back up. You guessed, back down. Wide mountain climbers. You're coming to the outside of your hand. Now we're going to rotate into a stretch. Other side. You're going to give me one more of those each side, and then you're going to walk it back up. Now, jumping jacks. Remember, you're doing all of those exercises 20 seconds each, one circuit, one time through. The planks and the mountain climbers, we're progressing those during that 20 seconds. All right, let's get to the circuit. It's time for our finisher. Yes. Okay. We've got a core finisher, a little bit of upper body. We're doing 5 exercises, 30 seconds each, 3 rounds through, no break in between, except after you're done with all of it. Then you get a break. Okay, so you'll get down on the floor. We are going to be doing crunch jabs, 6 inches, oblique heel touches, a full sit-up, and then a push-up to a child's pose, like combo kind of move. Okay, so your crunch jabs. You're going to lift those shoulders off the floor and just jab. Yeah. Next, because again, 30 seconds. You're going to come back down. You're going to bring those legs up and bring them down to your 6 inches. I feel like there's a big difference coming down to do it than just putting your legs out. Back to the mat and breathe. Then you plant those heels, lift those shoulders, reach for your heels while you rotate and work those obliques. Speeding up to adding intensity. Then, full sit-up. Arms go overhead first, then we use momentum to come up and control on the way down. Touch overhead, momentum, control, momentum. All right, then we turn over. We're going to go into a child's pose where your hips go back, but you're not resting there. You're coming right up to a push-up. Pushing back and right back up. In your push-up, your elbows go to the back corners of the room. We're not out here, right here. Elbows to the back. Now if you need to drop your knees, you're hitting a full plank first, then you drop your knees so that we don't end up doing tabletop push-ups. So we're here, pushing up, back, you can stay on those knees. And then we rotate all the way back through with the jabs, the 6 inches, the heel touches, the full sit-up, and the push-up to a child's pose. 3 times through, 30 seconds each.